If you've been to the grocery store recently, you probably noticed the egg shortage continues and relief is just not in sight. According to the U.S., predicted to rise 20% this year alone. The issue is that ongoing avian flu outbreak. More than 145 million birds have been killed since the start of the virus's spread. Roughly 8% of the country's total flock wiped out since November alone. It's driving egg shortages and price surges across the country. It's been a problem, right? Not only is it impacting our grocery bills, it is changing how we do things. Fewer people are dining out. A new Ipsos poll found in 2024, nearly half of consumers say they cook more at home now. This data comes, as we told you yesterday, that Waffle House is adding a surcharge of 50 cents per egg amid higher prices. And that's a national chain. So just imagine what a local small business might be going through. We traveled down to Waxhaw today and visited the popular Vera's restaurant. Lupita Vera and her husband opened that restaurant 2.5 years ago. They eventually opened a second location in Monroe. Since first opening, the price of eggs has tripled. So we wondered how it's impacting their business. Vera, it's wonderful to meet you. Thanks for having us. This looks like a pretty busy day around here today, has it been?
It is. It's a busy day.
Is this typical?
Very typical in Vera's kitchen, Monday through Saturday.
What's sort of the biggest thing on the breakfast menu? What's the go-to here?
Well, the breakfast menu, we have a very good breakfast menu. We have a plate we call Vera's Big Daddy's breakfast, which it comes with 3 eggs. You can imagine now with those prices, but it comes with 3 eggs, bacon, sausage, and hash browns.
So 3 eggs on one dish. How many eggs are you going through, say, in a day?
We never counted because every day is different.
Several dozen.
Oh, of course.
many dozen. Every single day that you're using every day. So obviously we've been seeing the stories, right, about egg prices. How big of a change, what have you seen relative to that? How big of an impact is it having right now?
We are suffering by the prices. They increase like 3 times the prices.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. But as a small business, we try so hard to continue giving the people a good prices. All the people who are our customers, regular customers, are 50 plus, which that means they have a steady income. So we cannot, charge them 3 times more for the plate, right?
How hard is that? Is there going to come a time when you're going to have to maybe pass some of this along?
Well, as a family business, we try to be as the ones who pay for that right now. I don't know until when, because we don't know when it's going to stop, increasing the prices on the eggs. But as a small business and family business, we are going to try to be as the one who pay for the increase of that.
If you were talking to your customers and just to remind them how important it is to go to a locally owned and operated place, what would you tell them about why that's so important for people to support the local businesses like this?
It's very important. Myself, I support a lot of people who are having, like the person who does my bread for my hamburgers are local. The guy who bring me the tomatoes are local. As a small business, you have a budget, you have rent to pay, you have, you don't have extra money. So that's why it's important to, in the community support each other.
Yep.